The following podcast sometimes offers unusual solutions to usual problems. These solutions are meant for qualified agencies or individuals to put into action, and I'd be willing to bet that's not you. Listen, folks, we don't take ourselves too seriously, neither should you. So, let's go have a laugh. Welcome to Unscrew It Up, where we offer differently twisted fixes for life's little problems. I'm Josh.
I'm Amanda.
And we are so happy to be here for our second episode. We made it.
I just almost wanted to break out in a song like Laverne and Shirley or something. That's dating myself. That was like way before my time.
Wow.
I don't know why. I just wanted to be a little skippy little tune, but okay.
What we're going to do today is we're going to get another update from Wilson Technologies. We are going to unscrew up marriage.
We've been practicing a while.
And then we're gonna take a listener question. So how have you been this week?
I am really, really good at injuring myself. 2 days ago, I punched myself in the eye.
How did you do that?
The robot vacuum got stuck under your desk chair, and I bent over to pick up the robot vacuum with some force and just didn't see your desk chair and nailed the corner of my eye like right on the bone. And so what's good though is it's like this brownish purple color and it looks like makeup. So it really doesn't look like I was a little worried that I was going to have to explain to people that I really wasn't, attacked. But yeah, no, I punched myself in the eye. It was great. Other than that, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I've not injured myself this week. Let's get on with the big show. I'm very excited. So first off, Wilson Technologies, which is a subsidiary of Familiar Wilson's.
Is that how you say that word?
Subsidiary.
Subsidiary.
Where I'm from.
Miami.
That's how we say it.
Okay.
Of Familiar Wilson's Media. That's our parent company. Anyway, Wilson Technologies has a new slogan. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Yesterday's problems solved tomorrow.
Good. Excellent.
Last week, Wilson Technologies suggested that we have the Sundries truck that would go around selling toilet paper and toothpaste, and freaking brilliant idea. This week, the idea that they are working on is the selfie stick for dogs.
Oh, Lord.
Now, I looked up selfie stick for dogs because I thought surely this has already been invented. I didn't find what I had in mind, but what I did find was a little bracket that you put on top of your phone, and you put a treat or a tennis ball on top so that your dog will attend to the camera.
I'm certain many influencers own this.
Yes, well, I'd never seen it before, but what I did not see was a selfie stick for dogs. And so what I propose is a stick that comes off of their collar, comes forward off their collar. You mount the camera phone to that, and it's pointing toward the dog, and the dog is able to activate the camera when it wants to take a selfie.
How does it, though?
With its tongue.
So you just stick peanut butter on there and then it's taking pictures all day
long?
No.
I mean, you train the dog to take the selfie, but once the dog learns the rudimentary act of taking a selfie with a camera, the camera will take the dog's picture, it will post it to social media, and then, okay, here's where the genius of the idea is, whenever that picture gets a like, a treat pops out.
I keep looking down to see if the dog understands you're saying the TREAT word. He's not listening.
He's not. So, but what do you think of this idea? I think it's a great idea.
Well, it is a good idea because our dog does have his own social. So Wilson X Wilson or Wilson Pup or something. I don't know what it is. I'll let you know in the show notes. You can go follow our dog. But I mean,
don't do that. It's embarrassing.
Why?
So what do you think?
If he could curate his own stuff, it would be great.
Well, maybe if we get the Wilson Technologies dog selfie stick, then he can take care of it. Right. He could post to it, and he could be trained to take pictures that would generate likes. Win, 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 as far as I'm concerned.
I need the Sundries truck. Can we get that back, though? Because we are out of toilet paper and toothpaste in this house.
Well, I mean, that's still in development.
Okay, thank you.
So, again, that's the latest research project from Wilson Technology. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wilsons will now unscrew it up. And now it's time for the Wilsons to unscrew up marriage.
We have had some practice.
How long have we been married?
We have been married for 9 years.
That's right. Together for 10.
But we also, previously have been married before in our lifetimes. So we've done it not well once. And almost a decade into doing it well, at least I think, unless this is the episode in which you tell me you're not happy.
Well, no, we just started a new podcast. So clearly we're staying together for longer. This is a lot of work.
If you get the dog a selfie stick, he might be able to co-host.
If you give a dog a selfie stick, isn't
Yes.
that like
That's
children's book?
it's like give
So,
a mouse a muffin.
3
Or
common
muffin.
problems in
Cookie.
marriage: communication, family, and money.
Money. Yep.
Yeah. So you kind of are on the same
Yep.
wavelength.
Yep.
I think we do pretty good with most of those.
I think we do well with money because we have our own bank accounts.
This is something that I highly recommend.
Same. This is not something I did before, and it is something that you and I went into this saying we'll split everything, but we're going to keep our own accounts. And let me tell you, I think that that's been a good decision.
Well, that was a little bit of serious advice there.
It's okay.
Let's get back to the wackiness. So we are coming up with solutions to some common problems in marriage. As we do every week, we each come up with a certain number of problems. I think last week
You had seven or
yeah.
something ridiculous.
We narrow those down to 5, and then we forward them on to a council or a person sometimes, or an organization, so that that organization or person can take our solutions and make them real.
So who's unscrewing up marriage for us?
We're going to send this to the Milk Board, the
What?
National Milk Board.
They're okay. Do they not have anything else going on right now?
Milk is kind of what it is. There's nothing that you're going to innovate about milk. Milk is done. Right now, they're just caretakers. They're just sitting around like the Maytag repairman. Wow. Wow.
You made fun of my Laverne and Shirley.
Jeez. So, how many do you have?
I have 4.
Okay, I have 4 as well. So why don't you go first?
What are the main problems in a marriage? It would be communication, dealing with kids and or family, dealing with household things, right? And then money. So I'm here for the household things first. Separate bathrooms. Now, we already have the separate closets down. At our last house, we shared a closet, but you were toward the back of the closet, so I didn't have to move towards your things. We have separate closets now, and that's lovely. And I'm not saying that I want to not be in the same room with you at nighttime, but you know how they have the Jack and Jill bedrooms with the bathroom in the middle?
No, I've never heard of that.
I think it's meant for like kids, but it's a bedroom with a shared bathroom in the middle and then another bedroom.
Oh, this isn't meant for married couples.
No. This is a thing
Okay.
in-house design called a Jack and Jill bedroom.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I am proposing the married version of that, which is the bathrooms on either side and then a shared bedroom. Why are you rubbing your head?
I don't think, is there a problem? Okay, so
Yes, there is a problem with sharing a bathroom. Let's talk about it.
I think that what we need to do now, just for our own sanity, this is not a therapy podcast. We are not trying to solve our own marriage. Because I happen to think that I'm a delightful bathroom mate.
Except that you take my towels off of my rack where I keep them nicely and you throw them over the shower and you throw them on the ground. Sometimes you steal my toothbrush and I have to go looking for my toothbrush, and the clothes don't make it into the hamper. We talked about this last week. So I'm saying for my own sanity, and probably our friend Kay should look into this as well, separate bathrooms.
Oh, this episode's such a bad idea.
This was your idea, friend.
It was. All right, so separate bathrooms.
All right, immediately. You don't think this is necessary?
I don't, but clearly that's the problem.
Because I'm a lovely bathroom dweller. The
Yeah.
only thing we've established is that I have too many products.
Yes. Okay, separate bathrooms. I've gone in a different direction. You know how there are marriage licenses?
Yes, we have one.
Yes, anyone can get a marriage license. Easiest thing to get.
How?
There's not much to it, right?
You have to pay money and send it away and have somebody sign it.
Useless.
Okay.
Don't know what it's for. I think it's just so that the government can take money from you, right?
Here's another thing we need to fix, sidebar. It's not a thing for you because you don't have to change your name. If you choose to change your name, then you have to have the marriage license or marriage certificate or whatever. I have had to have it to send to credit card companies and things like that to prove my new last name.
You didn't have to change your name. Like, I don't demand that of anyone.
Said the man who said, I would really love to share a last name with you.
I know, but it could have been like Smith or,
Then
you
we
know,
would both would have
yeah, that doesn't matter to me.
Okay, and screw it up with the Smiths. Go ahead.
I think that should be then a new solution. I didn't even think of that, but we're going to put that down. Like, you have to pick a new name, right? You're both kind of leaving your families and making a new family.
Yeah.
And so you have to then pick like a new name for your family. It's like founding a new country, right?
Okay.
Or like naming a baby. Even if you name it your name, you're going to call it Junior or whatever. So you have to, this is a new thing. I'm putting this in here as a thing, is like you have to choose, because I do know that sometimes that is an issue where like someone doesn't want to give up their name. And usually it is, if you're going with traditional roles, the man kind of expects that, which I don't think that you should have to do. So you have to pick a new name so that.
But I have a question, though. Is it like the game of Boggle, where it's like you have to take the letters from your
That
names?
is freaking brilliant. Yes, no,
and then
absolutely.
you have to create.
It's like Scrabble, yes, or Boggle.
Yes.
So married name Boggle.
Yes.
I love that solution. We just came up with that, both of us together.
That's because we're married.
Married name Boggle. And so what would ours have been?
It would have been Wilson and Milligan, really, because that's my.
Willie Milligan.
No, we're just saying Willie Milligan is not our
Willie
last name.
Milliganson.
It's Willie Milliganson. I'm not saying you have to use all of the letters.
Willie Milliganson is like, I'll bet you that we would be the only Willie Milligans in the
No,
world.
dude, I'm not doing that. No, can you imagine in a waiting room, they come out, Mrs. Willie Milligan. I can't even say it. I can't even say it. Willie Milliganson? No.
Oh,
Next.
God. Okay,
Next.
our son
Next
would have to be
things.
called Sven.
Yeah.
Whose turn is it? Okay, so marriage license. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I think that the marriage license should be more like a driver's license. You have a test.
You have to renew it.
You've got a written test, and you've got like the practical. And then when you pass all those, then you're allowed to get married. So many problems would be solved. So many issues would be avoided if, like you take the test and they come back and say, sir, you did a great job, except for you failed the section on Valentine's Day. Go back, study,
That's right. That's
and then
right.
you can take the test
But
again.
I also think then you now have to renew it like every 5 years or 10 years or whatever. Like the driver's license, you have to get it renewed. So it's the same thing. You got to get your license renewed. This is a good idea what you've had.
Yes. So marriage license like driver's license. All right. What's yours?
Well, so mine was along that lines of how difficult it is as a female, traditionally from this role, getting married and all the things you have to change and you have to update because you have to go to the Social Security office and you have to do all these things. You know how when you buy a new phone and they say, here, give us your old phone and we're going to put it next to the new phone. And then it just downloads all of your contacts and has all your apps and everything. We need whatever version of that is for getting married. You just stand next to the other person and then bloop, all the things are done. Your name's changed everywhere. You're making a face at me. This is not my problem. This is the Milk Board's problem. They have to figure out how to do it. Whatever voodoo they do to switch me from one phone to the other is what needs to happen when you get married and you have to merge all of your things.
So you stand next to me, and then what's being uploaded into what?
No, it's not you. And I need to stand next to I don't know what I need to stand next to. Maybe my phone needs to go be next to something. I don't know, but I need an easier way of assuming a new identity. I just made it sound like witness protection.
I know. I'm not even sure how to write this down. I don't know what it is we just proposed.
All right, fine. This could be the one you kick off. Go ahead. What's your next
But I get it. It's like just to make the process easier by you standing next to me, and then I'm uploading all my information
That's right.
and I'm overwriting your personality and your identity.
Yes, that's
perfect.
not Stepford at all. Go ahead.
All right, next one. You've already kind of said this, but I'm just putting it in a different way. Yearly performance reviews.
Okay.
So how we kind of do it where I work is that every year you go in and you're rated on a 1 to 5 scale.
Yeah.
Right?
Nope.
No?
Not
Wait,
doing numbers. Go ahead.
not doing numbers? Well,
Go
whatever.
ahead. No, just do your thing.
Meets expectations, exceeds expectations, whatever.
Right. Not meeting.
Not meeting.
Approaching.
That's right. You go in and we get performance evaluations, right? And then every year also we set our annual goals for the next year. And then expectations are clear. We have to, you measure them by metrics. Oh, you didn't put your clothes in the hamper 56% of the time. You're not approaching expectations. Performance reviews.
Okay. I'm here for this, but as long as you're getting them and I'm not. No.
Oh, see, that's where this falls down.
See, I like it better. The way we do it at my work is we don't do annual, we do quarterly. So I feel like that's more of a check-in, right? It's not like your whole year is going by and then you're hearing about the 56% or whatever. And we also don't do a rate on a scale of 1 to 5. It's not a Likert scale. It's like achievements this quarter where good performance can be elevated and then goals for the next quarter. So we're coming from a strength-based approach, not coming from a deficit approach. So instead of 56% of the time you did not get your clothes in the hamper, it's, hey, 44% of the time, that's the right math, right? 44% of the time you got your clothes in their hamper. So let's set a goal for this next quarter. What could that be? See, I try to do this with you where I do the positive reinforcement and I say things like, thank you for taking the trash out before you take the trash out. And it really angers you.
I do not like that. I don't like that. Don't thank me for something before I do it because then it just feels manipulative a little bit.
It is.
Exactly.
That's the point of it.
The reason why I like the idea of the performance review is that 2 weeks before the review, then you're like, you have a chance to kind of make it up.
Oh, God, my review is coming.
Yearly performance or quarterly, whatever, performance reviews. Bam.
So here's the thing we also do at my work, because I work for a large institution. If you're applying for a job within somewhere else within the institution, you can pull people's, so like if you were on a hiring committee and they were coming from within the institution, you can pull their employee performance evaluations and review them as a hiring committee from the current job that they're in. So we could employ this should you start looking elsewhere. People could pull your performance reviews, interested suitors, whatever.
Well, see, that's very interesting. We're putting this in your permanent file.
That's right. Should you decide you don't want to be here anymore, but other people will know how many towels you put in the hamper.
I feel like that's what social media is for. We already have that.
That's probably true.
All right, whose turn is it?
Yours. I think it's my turn. Okay, so my next one is mandatory carving out time to be alone, because we all know if you have the children, they drain you. And
wait, you mean alone together or alone by yourself?
No, alone together.
Okay.
We had a really lovely experience when we first started dating because we both had younger kids. So a couple nights a week, the kids would be at their other parents' house and we would have these built-in date nights. Then we got married and then we had this other child and no one takes him. He just lives here all of the time.
Okay,
and
so what you're proposing is mandatory date nights. Great.
No, I'm not done.
No.
Mandatory date nights, we do those, but no, I mean like actual time where you don't have to take care of anybody else. And even if you don't have kids, there is still like the stress of work or money or dogs or whatever. There should be like mandatory like little getaways.
Okay, so it's like when you take your car in for annual maintenance or
Mm-hmm.
for whatever. You take your car into the garage and no one's using that car while it's getting worked on.
Right.
So, marriage maintenance.
There you go.
Marriage maintenance checklist.
There you go.
Up 6 months. Been married 6 months. Got to go away for a week. Up 10 years. Got to go away for 10 days.
A month.
For a month. Yeah. No, I like that.
I like it too.
All right. Good. So I did mention that family is a problem in some marriages, even starting before the marriage.
Okay.
There always seems to be family drama around weddings, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be a way, knowing that this is so, that we can mitigate the family drama.
Okay.
One of the problems seems to always be that there are certain members of the family who think that they're more important than other members of the family or that they should get more consideration.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes, the last people who are deciding that that's so is the couple.
That's correct.
I say that you have family draft picks.
All right, go ahead.
Each partner gets a certain number of picks, right? And then you're trying to fill certain spots, and these spots are determined by the couple of levels of influence, right? And so we're going to listen to these two people the most. They're going to kind of be the most important people in our family to us. You have your draft. And the difference here is that you're picking for the same team.
Right.
But what you're doing is you are setting the levels of expectation. Now, this is going to be something that's going to be built in, so families know that, oh, this is part of the deal.
Right, they can't get mad about it.
Right, they can't get mad about it. Okay, so you're the one that we're always going to call when we need someone to babysit, or you're the one that we're always going to call when we need help with this or that, or you're always going to get the first call that, to be invited to this thing or that thing, or whenever there's something to be told to everyone else, we're going to tell this person that's their job to go do that. Set levels of expectation and do it with a draft pick.
I like it. Now, you and I have not really had this issue because in our house, the children run the draft, they run the teams, they run all of the organization. So I don't know that they would be here for the draft.
No, but see, here's a different wrinkle then, what I didn't mention. Trades.
Because I'm telling you right now, the 6-year-old thinks he's the GM and he runs everything.
Right. But what if we could trade him for like 2 older, more responsible children and some cash considerations?
There you go. All right. No, good luck. Good luck, 6-year-old. You're a free agent. All right. Well, here's my last one. And we've touched on it. The things that we argue about, that we don't argue about money, but people argue about money. We do argue about the house, right? Mainly me getting stressed about stuff, and people argue about, like cleaning things and cooking things. And these are the things that are stressful. And I am willing to wager that there is a societal investment in marriages succeeding, whatever structure your marriage is. I mean, it doesn't have to be traditional marriage, whatever your marriage is.
I hope you're going the direction I think that you're going, because I'm here for it.
So there is a societal investment into marriages succeeding. So therefore, I feel like these things that could cause a marriage to fold, society has an obligation to support the health of that marriage by providing housekeeping services, personal chef services, babysitting services, financial services, do my taxes and my budgeting, so that we don't have anything to argue about.
Okay.
That's not where you wanted me to go. Where did you want me to go?
Let me get this straight. So society would pay for housekeeping, tax preparing,
financial advisement, childcare, housekeeping, and meal prep. And homework. That causes stress too.
So basically you're saying that anything that causes stress within a marriage, someone else should take care of it, and society should pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think there's a certain segment of our audience that we may have just turned off.
Who?
Because they don't believe in that form of sharing. Listen, I'm there for it. I was going to say that society should be invested in strong, healthy marriages. When marriages aren't healthy, it affects the children. So what I was thinking is that since society should be so invested in successful marriages, that, well, what if, let's meld some ideas here. What if we turn in our performance reviews to an organization that takes care of this, and then we get cash rewards? We get bonuses, yearly bonuses based on our performance reviews.
Okay. All right. I just want somebody to come clean my house. That's all I want.
Yes, but that all ties together. No, you're talking about your mandatory time off, PTO. That would be our PTO.
There you go.
So we parents should have PTO.
And sick leave. No, you're saying parents, but married people. You don't have to have children.
I'm married. Yeah, listen, I'm just thinking about myself. And so we have a lot of things here, all right? And we got to try to narrow it down to 5, or maybe combine some of these things. We have separate bathrooms.
Okay.
We have choosing a new name using Boggle. We have marriage license, more like driver's license. We have some sort of weird app that you airplay your identity onto the other person.
No, out to the world. It changes my name with the credit cards and all the things.
We have yearly performance reviews, mandatory PTO and sick leave for married people from life, is what you're saying.
Just from life. Yes, you get to because even when all of us were sick and we had COVID, we still had to take care of the 6-year-old who didn't get sick.
Yeah, but see, that's for parents. Now we're kind of mixing these here, but that's fine. That's fine. We can do that.
We're speaking to our lived experience.
Family draft picks, right? Family draft. Society providing housekeepers, tax prep, personal cooks, childcare, and tutoring. Can't even.
These are all of my needs.
That's
all of my needs right now.
Podcast has turned into a very Amanda-centric thing. Right. And then cash rewards for successful marriages, yearly bonuses based on our performance reviews. What are we getting rid of? Can we?
You can get rid of my weird app.
I just
thing.
don't understand it.
That's fine. I wasn't fully thought out. I just knew that my problem was it's really hard to change your name.
We still have like 8 left.
Okay, I want my vacations, and I want people to take the children.
Okay, so we're the PTO and sick leave for.
Yes.
So that's one. We're keeping that. We are keeping the.
I'm really here for the boggle names just because it entertains me. And imagine it wouldn't be like there would not be like, oh, your kid's in a class with 4 Smiths. I mean, very few people would have the same last name.
That's true. I mean, there's going to be no more Miller Willigansons.
I can't even
Willie
say it.
Milliganson.
Willie Milliganson. No one else is going to find this funny. It's a joke just for us.
Can we please keep the family draft picks?
Yes.
All right, so we have 2 more. I think it's very important to have the marriage license be a little bit more exhaustive.
Okay. Do you want to tie the performance reviews up in that for your renewal of your marriage license?
Sure.
Okay. And then which one of these is going to get me somebody to come clean this house?
Either a yearly bonus or society pays for all these people to attend to us. You're going to want to keep that, so we're going to do that. All right, so this is what marriage will look like from now on. First of all, we're going to go through an exhaustive marriage license process. There's probably a class that we have to take over several weeks and a course that we need to navigate as we role play different marriage things to learn how to handle them.
Wait.
And then we take a written test and a practical test.
Doesn't the state of Florida require counseling? Why are you making this face at me? I thought that it did.
Because I didn't do that.
Clearly. You missed the towel lecture.
Before you get married, you do the family draft picks. And then you get married and you choose your new name.
That's right.
Willie Milliganson. And then you get your mandatory married/parent PTO and sick leave time where you just get to go be by yourself.
With your spouse. What is wrong with you?
With your spouse.
Maybe your solution is traveling alone.
I'm sorry,
separate vacations.
And then society will provide you with a housekeeper, someone to do tax preparation, a tutor, and someone to offer childcare and your personal clothes. In other words, society is going to provide everyone with Jeffrey from the Fresh
That's right. I want Jeffrey for the Fresh. Will he drive the children around too? I need a chauffeur. Is that in there? Okay, thanks.
So we're going to send this off to the National Milk Board, and we're going to consider this one unscrewed.
1, 2, 3, 4. She's never ashamed.
All right, now to our listener question. Hello, Josh and Amanda. My phone charger keeps going missing. I think that someone in my family is taking it. How can I keep this from happening? Signed, JB.
Okay, first of all, mine keeps going missing, but I know where it goes.
Some solutions for that. Well, JB, you can do what I think makes the most sense, and that is to glue your charger into your phone.
That doesn't make sense for anybody.
It's perfect sense. You'll never lose it. I mean, that would solve.
Dragging a cord around.
Oh, you wrap it up, but I mean, how many times do you lose a cord? Not even someone's taking it, but you just misplace it. If it were attached to your phone, not a problem. Not a problem.
Well, then why don't we just go one step further and leave umbilical cords attached?
I'm sorry, do you occasionally need to attach an umbilical cord to your belly button to get nutrients? Or you can try to catch them. That's the other thing is you sabotage it. Like maybe you leave it under a box with a stick.
Oh, like a leprechaun trap?
Like a leprechaun trap or something like that. Or maybe like make it undesirable, like either cover it with Vaseline or... Oh, you know what you can do? If you really want to find out who's taking it, cover it with white glitter.
Oh, yeah, because that junk does not go away.
No. It's like radiation. Or make a decoy. Create a fake charger out of a little box and like a shoestring, and then they'll take that. Won't work. No?
And then they'll just come into your room in the middle of the night. Mom,
my charger's broken. Or you find it just laying somewhere. They say nothing to you. Or you put it in a place that they will never look or never want to look, like inside a salad or something.
In their homework folders?
In their homework folders. Yes, that's excellent.
Sorry. I just keep giving the people the chargers because I'm selfless like that. But then I go to work and then have to borrow a charger from somebody else, and I don't really care about their phone charging needs, then take it away from them.
Maybe that's what's happening here. It's just like there was an original person who loaned out their charger, and then it just kept dominoing.
It's
and
a domino effect. Yep.
It's reached the family
That's
now,
right.
and you've actually passed it on.
That's
through
right.
your
Now I
people at
passed
work.
it on to somebody else. I passed it on to the IT guy at work.
Well, hopefully, JB, one of those solutions helped you solve your problem.
Good luck.
All right, Amanda, that's all there is. There is no more. You know, I really must find a new catchphrase because that's what I say at the end of Super Familiar with the Wilsons. That's all there is, and there is no more. And I feel like I need to come up with a new one for this one.
Yeah, but that's a really good plug for Super Familiar with the Wilsons.
Why do you think I did it?
Oh, okay. You're a smart one.
So we do have another podcast called Super Familiar with the Wilsons. Please give it a listen. It is much less structured than this and makes a lot less sense. And in many ways is less useful. So go listen to it.
I mean, you're not going to get anything out of it other than ridiculousness, which
Well,
you
no,
get
you-
here, but...
You're going to laugh and you're going to enjoy it.
Well,
You're
I
gonna have fun.
wasn't done plugging us. I'm very good at this. Get the dog a selfie stick, and then we're done.
So next week, we're going to solve car travel. You know, inevitably, the family gets in the old family car, and it heads out on the road, and all sorts of problems arise. And so we're going to solve those problems. And I already have one in my head right now.
That's good because we had an experience that I never expected in my life. We took the kids away on a trip. We left the car at a hotel. We flew away to New York City. We came back. We got the airport shuttle. We came back to the hotel, went to open the car door, and the handle just fell off in somebody's hand. These are the things that happen when you take your car out on the road. All kinds of mayhem. So stay tuned because we're going to unscrew up car travel for you.
If you have any questions that you'd like to ask us or any comments telling us that Josh and Amanda, y'all are so wrong about that solution, then email us at unscrewitup@gmail.com. We are a part of the Whole Care Network, a wonderful collection of podcasts that are dedicated to sharing your stories. And even more than that, the Whole Care Network is much more than just podcasts. It is an entire collection of resources for people who care for other people. So go to wholecarenetwork.com and have a look around. All right, folks, until next week, y'all make sure that whatever you do, don't screw it up.
Bye.
Diet, oh how